Wow. Every time we see one of those, I just start feeling emotional because it's just...
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Jumpa kembali di postingan sahabat-sahabat muslim semuanya. Ini ada satu cuplikan postingan dari Han dan Kelly. Saya suka sekali, mulai menyukai dua sosok ini. Cuplikan mereka itu membahas tentang, kali ini yang kenapa mereka begitu takjub mendengar atau melihat panggilan atau adzan dalam ajaran agama Islam. Tanpa banyak basa-basi, kita lihat aksi dan reaksi serta penjelasan dari mereka. Yang tentunya mereka sendiri mungkin dalam hal ini mengupas dari sisi kacamata mindset mereka sendiri. Ya, yuk kita saksikan cuplikan video yang berikut ini.
Wow. Every time we see one of those, I just start feeling emotional because it's just... I don't know, it's just about hearing the word of God and hearing people talk about it and reciting it, and the energy. It's not even, it's just the voice with the energy, and then seeing people praising God and being there for a higher purpose. I've always thrived in those environments and love those environments where people are truly there because they believe in a higher purpose. And at the beginning, he was talking about Moses and talking about him coming up to the Pharaoh and giving the Pharaoh, basically giving him a chance to come to God, telling him basically, please come to God. You know, you can still do it. And he denied. He essentially rebelled and turned his back on God. And we all know what happened after that. And it's just, go ahead.
I'll just say it was really lovely, and I agree. Just having everyone focus in on worshiping God, Allah, is incredible. And I did notice in the middle of there, the daily prayer was recited. I noticed that. So it sounds like that's the prayer that Moses presented to the Pharaoh as well. You know, when it says, God, the giver of mercy, the Lord of mercy, the only one worth praising, you know, keep us on the straight path. That's essentially the exact thing that said to the Pharaoh, and the Pharaoh was just not having it. He had too much of an ego and believed that he was the Lord of Lords.
Yeah.
So and we see what happened to him.
Yeah, and ego is a big thing for a lot of people because it's just, I believe in letting God into your body. I don't believe in letting demons in. I don't believe in letting shaitan in. I don't believe in letting negativity in. I believe in letting God in and accepting God into your body. And that is how I interpret letting God in and having a relationship with God. And that's why I believe that you are a part of God and God is within you. I don't believe that you are God, that you are a God, that you're all powerful. No, I believe that God is a separate entity. But once you let God into your life, God becomes a part of you. Yeah, and that is where all miracles can happen. Mm-hmm. That is where all abundance can happen. All positivity can happen. When you let God into your life and let God decide for you, what is your path? What is your purpose in this life? Let him in and let him decide. And then your life will transform in ways you could have never even imagined, because I've seen it with my own eyes.
Yeah, because it's like, you're being influenced, right? So therefore it shapes who you are, and in that sense is within you. And I do, you know, see what you're saying with that, Han. And in the same way that the 5 people you spend the most time with are going to influence who you are, and so in a way are in you as well. So you have to watch that. But it's very true that any single time we choose to believe in a thought that is negative, that is bad, anytime we choose to believe in a thought that, you know, we look at someone else not with love, not through the lens of love, we get mad at them, we get annoyed with them, whatever it may be, we get annoyed at ourselves, we feel like we can't do it. Any single time you give into one of those thoughts, think. Is that how God would have you think? Is that how Allah would have you think? No, that is the little devil, the little demon that all of us have to
That's the
deal with on this
shaitan, the
earth.
jinn that's tricking you, because God is everlasting love, everlasting forgiveness. So if you let God in, of course you can forgive yourself. Of course you can love yourself. Of course you can believe in yourself.
Yep.
And that is the most powerful feeling to have when you have a relationship with Allah, when you let Allah into your life and let him choose, because he is the best of planners. Wow. Every time I hear it, like my eyes just start watering. It's like,
I get chills.
is this normal? Like to feel like this emotional every time you hear it? Like, because it's so beautiful. And one of the things I love too is I love the way that whenever Muslims are in the mosque or wherever they're reciting it, I love the way that they're all dressing too. So that is just such a beautiful thing to me too. Whenever they have, you know, the whole wardrobe on, it's just a beautiful sight to see.
I've always liked that.
Yeah, and I want to know more about that. So maybe if someone can suggest videos to us about the actual wardrobe that you're supposed to wear, and is this just whenever you're at the mosque? Are you supposed to wear this all the time? Can people send us a video maybe about a wardrobe you're supposed to wear? And also, is this called singing? Is that, I don't know if that's being rude to say, but we asked in the last video. Sorry guys, our battery actually just died. But basically, I was saying either way, it's very beautiful and it's very emotional every single time that I hear it, and I absolutely love it. And we're going to keep listening to more recitations and keep listening to more nasheeds as well. So
yeah, I just truly get chills when I hear these. Very, very big chills. And something I keep noticing is how much fire is used in the Quran. And there's a lot of fire. And I've also noticed water. And I've just learned that for the daily prayer, you're meant to cleanse yourself with water before. And it seems that for those who have to go to hell, the way they are cleansed is through the fire. I've also learned that the jinn were created from the fire, and how it says that Jesus, Isa, in the end times, all across the world, the people who didn't follow God will be burned, in the fire, and Isa will ask God to cleanse it all away with water after. So I keep seeing this fire, I keep seeing this water, and it seems to me that the fire is a form of cleansing. And I never really thought about that until I started learning about all this. With hell, you just think about fire and burning and just feeling tortured, but I'm definitely starting to see it as its own form of cleansing. And there's a form of cleansing with the fire and with the water. And so I don't know what it means exactly yet, but it's just really interesting for me to learn about that and think about it in that way and open up my mind more about the concept of hell, which is something I never really believed in. But the more I think of it as a cleansing process through the fire, I'm becoming a lot more open to the idea of it.
I mean, well, think about it this way. If you were stranded somewhere and you had a torch, and let's say for some reason you got injured and you had to like pull a twig out or something, what you would do is you would sterilize it by putting fire on it. You'd put the torch on the tools and it would sterilize it in that way.
And like close a wound.
Yeah, it can close wounds, everything. And you just put it right on there. You heat it up. It's going to sterilize this and it's super hot. And then you just put it on there. It's going to sizzle your skin and burn it, but it's going to actually heal you and be good for you.
Yeah, it's like a metaphor for life as well, because sometimes we go through anguish and pain and things that feel very, very difficult and almost like torture, but we can grow and learn and just so much through that and become even better, become even more purified by going through that. So
absolutely,
I'm enjoying seeing all these connections.
Yeah, that's a great explanation, Kelly. You're doing a good job lately.
Thank
you guys think Kelly's doing a good job? If you watch our old videos, she was, very quiet. Now she's talking more, and I love it, guys, because you get to see the Kelly that I know. So that's absolutely beautiful. And basically, you're saying stand up and see the signs. The good is still alive, and what that means to me is you can get up and you can choose to see good or evil. You can choose to see the truth, or you could choose to see an illusion.
Ya, luar biasa ya. Jadi memang orang-orang yang baru mengenal atau baru menyelami agama Islam ini yang memang betul-betul sebetulnya sangat indah. Artinya dari sisi jiwa sanubari mereka pun mereka mengakui itu gitu. Makanya nggak aneh kalau mualaf itu kadang-kadang mereka terpanggil untuk mengucapkan syahadat itu berangkat dari karakter seorang muslim, atau tutur kata, kesopanan, atau welas asihnya dari ajaran agama Islam, atau tentang sunnah-sunnah Rasulullah yang pernah diturunkan kepada umatnya, entah tentang cara bergaul dan juga sebagainya. Hingga Hans dan Kelly ini, mereka berdua membahas betapa mereka merasakan sesuatu yang berbeda dalam jiwa mereka itu pada saat mereka mendengar azan, murat Al-Quran, ya, pengajian, dan menurut mereka itu amazing gitu, sangat luar biasa. Dan poinnya sih sebetulnya kalau saya menangkapnya, saya pribadi lebih ke arah mereka aja yang mungkin dalam tanda kutip baru mengenal ajaran Islam, atau mereka baru mualaf, atau mereka sedang mempelajari agama Islam, merasa jiwanya itu ada sesuatu yang berbeda. Mereka rasakan persoalannya dan jadi pertanyaan buat gue, so gue yang udah dilahirkan dari keluarga muslim sejak lahir, kenapa kadang-kadang gue merasa bahwa itu biasa aja gitu ya, karena mungkin hidayah itu tadi yang mungkin setiap orang memiliki tingkat keimanan yang berbeda ya, apalagi keimanan manusia selevel seperti gue pribadi aja lah ya, kadang kan turun naik. Ada kalanya kita merasa malas ikut kajian atau mempelajari agama Islam, atau yang paling simpel sholat gitu. Gue kadang-kadang kalau lagi sibuk dengan urusan duniawi ya pastinya meremehkan, padahal adzan udah berkumandang gitu, dimana waktunya itu sempit, seperti contohnya misalnya sholat maghrib. Nah itu kan ini gue gitu yang lahir dari keluarga muslim dari lahir dan sudah memeluk agama Islam, dan tentunya sudah tahu dong banyak dibanding Hans dan Kelly kok masih seperti itu. Nah itu yang dibilang tingkat keimanan mungkin naik turun. Nah problemnya buat mereka ini, Hans dan Kelly ini merasa merinding katanya, dan menakjubkan buat mereka dengan segala macam tingkah laku, kayak perilaku hidup muslim, apalagi kalau udah sampai ke masalah mereka mendengarkan ayat-ayat suci Al-Quran atau kumandang azan, ya kurang lebih hampir seperti yang mereka katakan bahwa ini luar biasa gitu. Ya kurang lebih seperti itulah guys ya. Jadi teman-teman mungkin bisa menyimpulkannya sendiri dari cuplikan tersebut, dan mungkin ingin menambahkan betapa hebatnya gitu loh ajaran Islam, dan kita bersyukur yang memang sudah menjadi muslim sejak lahir, harusnya lebih tingkatkan lagi ketawaannya kalau gue pribadi gitu. Nah mungkin ada yang mau ditambahkan oleh teman-teman sahabat muslim yang lainnya, silahkan tambahkan di kolom komentar. Jika memang video ini bermanfaat, silahkan bagikan, dan jangan lupa like dan subscribe. Sampai jumpa kembali di postingan berikutnya. Wallahu a'lam bishawab. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.